Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, whichever side I have it on, and the bell, so anytime any new content is uploaded, you will be the first to know about it. But what I wanted to do was to go ahead, I had to kind of angle it weird because every other angle, the sun was like blocking me out. But I wanted to make this video on boundaries, you guys. Boundaries. So important. Okay, we talk about, the different techniques and methods to, getting to this higher version of yourself, manifesting, and all of that is so important. But also what is important during that process is you being able to set new boundaries. Okay. The reason for this is because you are creating new habits, right? A lot of people that know you presently, knew you at the version that you were at before, with the past habits and routines that you had before. So as you step into creating, this newer version of yourself, thinking differently, speaking differently, creating daily, morning, nighttime routines, you're going to have people that are used to interacting with you. We'll let that pass. You're going to have people that are used to interacting with you at a completely different frequency. Okay, we're going to call it a frequency because everything really is that, right? Frequency, energy, just relating to you differently. So you are going to have to set boundaries. Okay, now for some of you guys, setting boundaries might be a little bit easier than others, right? Some people have no problem with telling others like, this is the deal, take it or leave it, or or just saying no as a complete sentence, right? But for those of us that have been in the past maybe people pleasers, or just really overly concerned about what others think, or worried about how others feel, even over our own feelings, may have issues with setting boundaries. But the more and more you set them, the easier it becomes to set them, if that makes sense, right? And it's small things, right? Small things. Maybe first thing in the morning, let's just say, because you're creating, these are just examples, because you're creating new habits, maybe first thing in the morning, you like to journal, or you like to listen to positive affirmations, speak positive affirmations, like you like to have maybe a morning meditation, and you have, let's just say, friends that text you, call you first thing in the morning. Maybe you have a spouse that likes to start off the morning with complaining, right, about whatever it is, having to go to work, or just automatically right out the bat, like just basically a different routine than what you have. You're going to have to sometimes make micro changes, but you're going to have to set boundaries, right? Setting boundaries, no is a complete sentence. And the more you do that, the more people know what to expect from you and actually respect those boundaries, right? In the beginning, it may be a little bit difficult because, like I mentioned in another video, some people are going to get and understand your transformation. Some people are going to like the fact that you are evolving, that you are transforming into like that 2.0, 3.0 version of yourself. But you're going to have some people that just will not get it, or they get it and, might take up issues with it, or, feel competitive, or just not like the fact that you are improving. And some of those people will have a very hard time with these boundaries that you're setting. Okay. But like I say, to me, it's almost like a litmus test, right? It's almost like that scientific, like a lab strip, right? If it turns a certain color, it's this, it's that. Like, to me, the ones that really take up arms with you setting boundaries are individuals that related to you, right? Got along with you when it was okay to overstep boundaries. Okay, if that makes sense at all. So I say, just kind of like when you shake a branch, right? The leaves that fall are the ones that needed to fall. Those that stick are the ones that were still healthy and you know, is good, right? Stuck around because they were meant to stick around, okay? But like I say, I know that some of my people pleasers, right? And I am a recovering people pleaser, okay? I just am. And every day, right? We're everything. This is how I feel, right? I feel like every day we are evolving. I don't know if there's ever like a destination. I think we do have the moments where we kind of like realize that maybe we have, you know, stepped into this more elevated version of ourselves. But every day we're working on ourselves. Every day we're putting in the work. Every day we're putting in the, you know, the different mental exercises, the different like speaking the affirmations and setting boundaries. Okay. So like I say, you know, when we start creating these micro habits, then we're setting micro boundaries as we create larger, more like routines. Okay, well then we're really setting up some boundaries for people. And, you know, for everyone is going to be a little bit different, but you got this, okay? You got this. I feel like the ones that stick are the ones that are supportive, that really want to see the outcome, right? They really want to see the progress. They're happy that you are taking steps in a positive direction. Those that really take up arms or want to remind you of who you once were, what you once did, like I mentioned in the short, is almost like a discrediting of where you're at right now, or to make you feel like your progress is not legit, or that you're going to revert back to your previous version. Those are toxic connections, in my opinion, right? To me, that is indication, right, that might be a toxic relationship, toxic connection that you have with someone. And those are, you know, even if when you shake that branch, if that person doesn't fall, you might need to pluck them out and drop them, okay? Just to say. But you guys, and just to talk a little bit about like toxic connections, you guys, and toxic connections, again, with setting boundaries, the more and more you get closer to your goal, the more and more that you are glowing up, you're going to maybe realize not only toxicity in other people, you may realize some of your own toxic habits and ways of thinking and just in general, right? But when it comes to your interactions with other people, like I say, there are people that knew you, you know, and related to you. That's the important part, right? There are people that knew you, that related to you in your previous version of yourself. And that was how they, you know, bonded with you, right? That was like the common thread, right? Maybe previous habits that you have discontinued, right? In doing so, like I say, you are going to have to set boundaries. You just don't do the same things that you once did. You just don't. And that is it. You don't have to give an explanation. You don't have to go into, well, see, I've been working on, you don't have to do any of that. No is a complete sentence. I repeat, no is a complete sentence, you guys. Okay, and it's perfectly all right. And like I say, for the ones that really have issues and take up arms with you not, you know, doing some of the things that you used to previously do, and like those are people that, and they don't like these new boundaries, these new habits. Those are people that are not really meant to stick, yeah, unfortunately, right? And those are people that maybe, you know, related to you when you had no boundaries, right? When it was okay to do whatever, right? And that was how they felt comfortable with you. This newer version, updated version of you that like is setting boundaries, you know, creating new habits, don't really go for anything, right? Might not be the version that they prefer. Okay, so like I say, it's up to you. Set those boundaries, you guys. No is a complete sentence. You don't even actually have to go off into explaining. Sometimes the more you explain, right, it just goes blump, blump, blump. Just don't even bother, you know. And like I say, you guys are gonna, you all are really can judge your own individual situation. So you may know if someone deserves maybe a little bit more of an explanation, but it's perfectly all right just to say, no, I'm not doing that anymore. Actually, I've changed up my routine a bit. I think now I enjoy doing this, or, oh, you know, I've cut this out of my diet, or I'm thinking a little bit differently on, you know, money, how I spend my money, or where, like, it's perfectly all right. And you don't have to go into full on details. Okay, you guys? Just stay on your journey, you guys. And then this is another one too. A lot of times people wonder, like, okay, well, I've gotten to my destination. Does it mean that I switch up? Like, now I don't have to do the morning routines or the nighttime routines or the journaling or the affirmations. No, you could reach a certain point, right? But it's like, it's just like, I consider it like driving, right? You're driving in a car, you have a destination to get to. Well, once you get to that destination, it's not like, okay, well, now you don't have to take the steering wheel. Now you just coast. You could coast for a little bit, but you still need to be active, right? You still need to be looking and being aware and doing everything you need to do to continue driving. And it's the same way. Even after you reach like your goals and everything, you don't just drop setting boundaries. You don't just drop working on yourself. That's a continuous thing to maintain that progress, okay? And to create another, a goal, maybe one that surpasses the previous. Just keep going, okay, you guys? I love you guys. I wanted to make this video because, like I say, boundaries is so important. It's very much part of your glow up journey. It's very much part of you reaching your higher self, accomplishing these manifestations you've been working on. You guys keep going. I love you guys very much. Leave comments down below. Remember, like I say, we're creating a community. Your comment might actually have a real impact on someone else. So always leave comments, share your experiences. And are you someone who has had, issues setting boundaries? Have you noticed that you've had to set more boundaries since you've been working on yourself, glowing up, manifesting your goals, your higher 2.0, 3.0 version of yourself? Leave comments. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.